welcome back. Today I'm here at an event held by ADA. You can see all the ADA products here and all the tanks that they've set up. So today I'm making two videos because this is like the Paludarium and terrarium section, and then in the back there's a bunch of aquariums, beautiful planted tanks that you guys will see later on, probably in the next video. But let's take a look at the paludariums and terrariums today, and I'll show you guys what's going on here. It's pretty amazing because take a look at that. I don't know how big that is. It probably says somewhere over there, but it's probably like a 2.5 meter tank. But let's take a look from the beginning, which is over here. So you can see these two. There's a 30 cm, 60 cm, and this one is quite amazing. It's kind of like a holding tank for collector's plants. You can kind of see some are pretty rare, I guess. I'm not too sure about these plants, but yeah, you can see a really nice setup. The plants look really healthy. And then over here is a 30 centimeter version. Some bromeliads in there. Yeah, really cool. Very simple setup. And then if we take a look over here, here where like all the scapes are happening. So what's really cool is that ADA is kind of getting into the terrestrial side of the hobby. So they're kind of doing air plants and cactuses now, which is kind of cool. Look at that. Cactus. Wow, amazing. And all these air plants, like displaying air plants is something I've never seen before, so I think it's really cool that they're doing this. So yeah, really nice setup. Over here is another one of those System 30 Paludariums is what they call it. But this is set up as a terrarium. And then here's the 60 centimeter one. Wow, look at this plant, a carnivorous plant. Yeah, really cool. Alright, and then there you've got some paludariums with water in there, and that one has some rice fish, which I think you guys will like. Let's take a look at this table right here. Yeah, you can see some nice setups for sure. Look at this, begonia, some type of begonia. And if you guys don't know, these are 𝗂𝘂𝘀𝗀𝗀 products, so it's kind of like the, I'm not sure, like a little brother company of ADA. It's their paludarium and terrarium company, kind of. Look at this cactus. A little cactus setup, which I think is pretty cool. And then succulents. Oh, this is really nice. Look at that. This plant, I've actually got some at home. Well, not me, but my aunt has this, and yeah, it's really cool to see this plant in action when it gets some flies or mosquitoes to eat. Yeah, alright. I guess we'll take a look at this table, and then we'll go over there to where that nice rice fish setup is. But this one is really cool. 𝗯𝘂𝘀𝗀𝗀𝗀. This is my favorite Anubias plant, and I've got to do a setup like this in the future. Just a simple setup. Look at that. The new leaf comes out red. That's pretty insane. Wow. Really nice. And this, I also got to do a setup like this. Cryptocorin. And it's such a cool cryptocorin. It's called 𝗲𝘾𝗀𝗀𝗀, or however you pronounce that. And I've never seen this one before, but I love the leaf patterns, the leaf structure, just so wrinkly and so nice. I've actually got a 𝗀𝗀𝘀𝗀 kind of like that. It's called 𝗀𝗀𝘀𝗀𝗀𝑚𝑖NIMA, and it looks similar, so I might have to do a similar setup. Right here you've got 𝗲𝘾𝗀𝘀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝘀, another cool one. Then you've got the Terra base, 𝗲𝘾𝗀𝘀𝗀𝗀𝗀, not gonna try to pronounce that. But in Japan it's funny because they call it the King Crimson. Yeah, the King Crimson 𝗲𝘾𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀, which is kind of a cool name. Alright, this is cool. I think this is a pretty expensive type of Echinodoros. It doesn't grow that big and it stays short. Yeah, I forgot the name, but it's on the other side, so I'll check it out in a moment. You can see the red root floaters there, which look pretty nice. And then you've got this plant that I have no idea what it is. Some Echinodoros. This is Echinodoros tenulis broadleaf. Yeah, so it's really cool. You can have setups like this without any filters, just a simple light. The light here they're using are ADA solar RGBs, but they're hung really high up. Like you can see the distance quite high, and you can see the plants are doing well. I bet a simple aquarium light will do just fine. Look at the roots. The roots on this are insane. And then here you've got another type of Echinodoros with some Nymphea micranthera. It's a really simple, kind of easy plant, so really nice setup there. And this one is really cool because I've never seen this plant before. It's called 𝗀𝗀𝘀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀 sure if it is or not, but it's a really nice simple setup. And if you have like a rice fish or two swimming in there, I think it'll be perfectly fine as long as you keep up with regular water changes. Here, this one is called Jungle Stir. This red Echinodorus. This one here is called Cryptocorin. Oh, this is a Cryptocorin. What? This is Balance? I have this at home. Well, it doesn't look like the Balance that I have, so pretty unique. And then this one here that I was talking about is Echinodorus 𝗶𝗶𝗶𝗶𝗶𝗶. I don't know how to pronounce those, but really nice setup. Right here you've got another type of Areocolon. Here's 𝗲𝗾𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀 nice. This is a cool plant. Starting to get popular here in Japan. It's called 𝗯𝘂𝘀𝘀𝗀 Nana Jade. And the leaf color is really cool. I guess because it looks like a jade. That's why they call it that. But yeah, beautiful, easy to grow plant. Right here you've got some Pangolino. Anubias. And this setup I really like because take a look at this. Anubias gracilis. So simple, but it looks so natural. It looks like you took a piece out of Africa and just put it in this little container, tank, glass tank. And it looks so nice. Wow. Alright, let's take a look at this one. So this is the system Terra. And it's a paludarium setup. Sorry about the glare. But there's some bucephalandras in there. I don't think there's any fish in this one, but yeah, it's probably just focusing on the begonia here. Really nice setup. Got the RGB soul stand light. And they are putting a little bit of CO2 in this tank. A very tiny bit. Like way less than 1 bubble per second it looks like. Yeah, moving on, let's go on to the 60 centimeter. This one is cool because there's some really unique fish in here. Like this one. I got no idea what fish that is. It looks like they're using Colorado sand for this tank. You can see a couple more back there. And the rice fish. There's some rice fish and some native Japanese fish in this tank. Some type of bitterling, as you can see in the back there. Well, I think it's some type of bitterling, but I'm not too sure. Maybe there's someone who knows better than I do, so if you do, comment down below. What fish is that? You can see a Siamese algae eater. And let's take a look at the rice fish again. The medaka. Now I really love the plants in this tank. You can see how nicely they're growing out of the water and also coming out of the tank, which I think is a really nice feature. You can see this 𝗯𝘂𝘀𝗀𝘀 mat here with all the green moss, and this plant that I have no idea. I know probably hydrocotyle of some type and another type of plant, but this tank is also running some CO2. Kind of what keeps the plants growing healthy and strong. But yeah, look at those rice fish. Alright, now moving on, there's one more little tank here. This is a system Terra 30 cube, I think. You can see German blue ram, some red phantom tetras. And if I'm not mistaken, this might be a new plant that ADA is testing out. It's called Ludwigia crystal, similar to Ludwigia arcuata, but a little bit different, I think. I'm not too sure what the differences are. Yeah, you can see green neon tetra there. A Tucano tetra as well. And of course CO2 to keep the plants healthy. And the cool thing about the System Terra 30 cube aquarium is that it's a set, so the filter is in the back compartment here. So you don't need an external filter for this tank. It's an all-in-one system. Very nice and tidy. And looks quite awesome. It's a 300, so that probably means it's 3 meters long. And this tank is just so cool to watch. It's so nicely set up, and the middle area has got to be my favorite because all this Laganandra, it just looks like it's from the wild. You can see from underneath, you can see it start to come immersed. And if you don't know Laganandra and cryptocoryns, this is what it looks like in the wild, like exactly taken from the wild. They grow in shallow water and their leaves will stick out of the water, and it's just too natural. It's done too well. The fish in this tank are my absolute favorites. Just take a look at this. The dwarf neon rasbora, the blue neon rasbora, they look amazing. And there's also some exclamation point rasboras, as well as these chocolate gouramis, and it looks so natural. I'm guessing this was taken from like Sumatra, maybe that's the inspiration, or somewhere in Southeast Asia, and it's kind of like a biotope. It's very realistic, and I really like this setup. And what's cool is on the sides you've got like little waterfall areas where, well, not waterfall, but where like the water trickles down. And the other side, is even cooler because there's some 𝗂𝘂𝘀𝘀𝘀 over here. Yeah, take a look at this right here. And it goes all the way down. Just a really, really cool setup. And I don't know what flower this is, but that's cool. And something that's really cool that I can't really show on camera is right behind this little driftwood. There's a section of open water, and it's so hard to see on camera, but I can try. Like you can see right there, there's like a little pool of water, and you can see fish swimming in there. And it's so nice. I don't know what else to say, but this is just an amazing setup. You can see some of the Laginandras growing immersed there as well. And sorry I'm not talking much about all these plants because I honestly don't know much about it. You can see there's a misting system too that probably goes off every once in a while. But yeah, and this plant here is quite cool too. I think this is a pretty unique and expensive plant if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, maybe some of you guys will know what that plant is. I think it's like 𝗯𝘂𝘀𝘀𝘀 or something like that. Yeah, but really nice Paludarium. Here's some bonus footage. You can see some setups that a person could have in their house. So it's kind of like displayed as a little home setting. Some air plants. This is nice. Look at the plants in there. Pretty cool. And then right here you've got an aquarium. 90 centimeter. Nature style aquarium. 𝗯𝘂𝘀𝘀𝘀𝘀. Pretty rare, unique plants. And all these tetras just look so peaceful and amazing. 𝗶𝗶𝗶𝗶𝗲𝘀. A bunch of stem plants, mixed varieties, Rotalas as well as 𝗯𝘂𝘀𝘀𝘀𝘀. 𝗲𝗂𝘾𝗀𝘃𝗀𝘃 in the back corner over there. And you've got this lotus, which is really nice. Carpet of 𝗲𝘂𝘾𝗀𝘃𝗀𝘀. And then of course CO2 running. This is using the new twist counter. It twists, kind of spirals. Yeah, but this is a nice setup too. You can see simple, clean filter pipes made of glass. And then you've got the Superjet ES900, I think. It's a new model, so pretty cool. And they've got this 90 centimeter metal cabinet that I've never seen before. You can see the ADA logo is kind of cut out there, which is really cool. But yeah, they make these stands for the 60 centimeter tanks. You can see the CO2 right here. But I've never seen one for the 90 centimeters, so it's kind of cool. And then you've got the solar RGB lighting this tank up. And then over here you've got some little terrariums. Very simple setups in the Dua glass pot marus is what they call it. I like this. Look at this Anubias. Alright. And then over here you've got more setups. Little terrariums. Succulents. I'm not sure what this plant is, but that looks kind of cool. Over here you've got another system Terra 30. Or is it system Terra 30? Yeah, this one has guppies, which is really cool. Haven't seen a guppy tank yet, so really nice. You've got Echinodorus growing out of the water, which is really cool. And then here's a jewel orchid. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Next up, I'm gonna be taking a look at some of the big tanks, planted tanks, and they look incredible. So if you guys like this video, like, comment, subscribe, comment something positive down below. I'll see you guys next time.